Hello everyone. Today on Cipher, we set sail into one of the most chilling mysteries ever to drift across the frozen seas. The tale of the SS Baychimo, a ship that refused to die. This isn't just a story about a vessel lost to the ice. It's a haunting saga of a ghost ship that wandered the Arctic for nearly 40 years, appearing and disappearing like a phantom, with no crew, no captain, and no explanation. Our story begins in 1914, when the ship was built in Sweden and originally named the Elfin. She was a steel cargo steamer, sturdy and dependable, designed to carry heavy loads across icy waters. After World War I, the Hudson's Bay Company purchased her, renamed her SS Baychimo, and sent her to the northern coast of Canada to transport furs and supplies between trading posts in the Arctic. For nearly a decade, the Baychimo carried out her duties faithfully. But in 1931, fate intervened. That year, she was caught in one of the harshest winters the Arctic had seen in decades. Trapped by thick sea ice near the town of Barrow, Alaska, the ship's crew found themselves stranded in the middle of a frozen wilderness. Temperatures dropped to deadly levels, and soon, it became clear that rescue would not come easily. The Hudson's Bay Company sent aircraft to airlift the crew to safety. However, a few men remained behind, hoping to recover the valuable cargo once the ice thawed. But before they could act, a blizzard struck. When the storm passed, the Baychimo was gone. The men searched desperately across the frozen sea, fearing she had sunk beneath the ice. Yet, to their astonishment, they found her drifting about 45 miles away, free from the ice and eerily empty. Realizing the ship might not survive another freeze, the company salvaged as much cargo as they could and finally abandoned her. But the Baychimo wasn't finished yet. Over the following decades, she would reappear again and again, haunting the Arctic seas. The first confirmed sighting came just a few months after her abandonment. Inuit hunters reported seeing a strange ship trapped in the ice, and when they approached, they found it was the Baychimo. But before they could explore it, a violent storm hit, and the vessel vanished once more. In 1932, a group of explorers boarded the ship, hoping to claim it as salvage. They entered its freezing corridors, still lined with supplies, furniture, and papers, everything frozen in place, as though time itself had stopped. But before they could tow it away, another storm forced them to leave. When the skies cleared, the Baychimo had disappeared again. This strange cycle repeated for decades. The ship became a ghost of the Arctic, appearing unpredictably, sometimes locked in ice, sometimes floating freely across the sea. From Alaska to the Beaufort Sea, sailors and explorers would spot the Baychimo drifting silently through fog, its decks covered in snow, its masts creaking in the wind, no crew in sight. In 1939, a group of Alaskan traders managed to board her and stay overnight. They described the experience as deeply unsettling. The ship groaned constantly as if alive, and at night, they claimed to hear faint metallic echoes, like footsteps or whispers moving through the corridors. By morning, a sudden storm rolled in, and the traders barely escaped before the ship drifted away once more into the white void. In the decades that followed, dozens of Arctic residents and explorers continued to report sightings. In 1940, 1941, 1942, and even as late as 1962, witnesses described seeing a lone ship wandering aimlessly. Always the same description: a rusted steel hull, weather-beaten smokestacks, and the faded name Baychimo etched across the bow. Some claimed the ship was cursed, doomed to sail forever as punishment for those who abandoned her. Others believed she was possessed, an echo of her former self trapped between the living world and the frozen depths. A few even told stories of seeing lights flicker in her windows, as if a ghostly crew still worked below deck. What makes the Baychimo's story so strange is how long it endured. Ships lost at sea usually sink within years, but this vessel was built so strongly that it somehow resisted the brutal Arctic conditions for decades. Experts estimate that for nearly 40 years, she continued drifting, sometimes visible, sometimes hidden beneath the ice. The last verified sighting occurred in 1969, 38 years after she was abandoned. A group of Alaskan fishermen reported seeing the Baychimo trapped in pack ice, still afloat, though badly rusted. But when an expedition later went to search for her, she was gone. Since then, no trace of the Baychimo has ever been found. Some believe she finally sank beneath the Arctic waters, taking her ghosts and secrets with her. Others think she still drifts somewhere in the northern seas, hidden by the ever-shifting ice, an eternal wanderer in the frozen wilderness. Modern researchers have tried to locate the wreck using sonar and satellite imaging, but so far, nothing has been discovered. No debris, no remains, nothing. It's as if the ship truly vanished, absorbed by the silence of the Arctic. The mystery of the SS Baychimo has inspired countless legends. Some say the ship's repeated appearances were warnings, a message from the sea to respect its power. Others see it as a symbol of human resilience, a machine built by man that refused to die. There are even stories from Inuit elders who speak of a spirit ship that roams the Arctic, bringing misfortune to those who see it. One tale tells of a hunter who spotted the Baychimo glowing faintly under the northern lights. When he approached, he saw ghostly figures moving on deck, their eyes shimmering like ice. Terrified, he fled, and when he returned with others, the ship was gone. Whether fact or fiction, these stories keep the legend alive. Even today, some Arctic sailors swear that when the fog rolls thick and the ice creaks beneath the moonlight, you can still hear the Baychimo's ghostly horn echo across the frozen sea. Perhaps she's still out there, drifting endlessly through the mist, waiting to be found. Or perhaps she's a reminder that in the farthest corners of our planet, some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. So next time you look out over a vast, icy ocean, remember the ghost ship of the Arctic, the SS Baychimo, the vessel that refused to die and still sails through history as one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time.